many of us have literally stared at a strange transformation in the church and really seen it become nothing like what Jesus instructed the disciples to do. And many of us, it's hard to watch. It's hard to be a part of. You know, it's hard to go to a church and they're doing the show, like they're putting on a good show, but that's it. Or maybe they have, Wednesday night Bible study or something, but that's not what the church was meant to be. I have a couple sayings, and one of them is, if your ministry doesn't leave the four walls of your church, you actually don't have a ministry. And that's the reality. Most churches literally don't have any sort of ministry. They're just kind of going through the motions, doing the one thing that they know works, which is just put on a good show on Sunday and have some activities for the people that are all inside your walls. The other piece is we've watched the church completely disobey the teachings of Jesus Christ in Matthew 24 to feed the hungry, clothe the naked, take care of the widows, orphans, visit the prisoners and the sick. My other saying is that, does your church feed the hungry, or do they just feed themselves? And as we've sat here and watched, I can't be a part of that. And as I've talked about over the last couple of years, many of you feel the same way, but if you live in a town of 10,000, there's probably like 5 of you that feel that way. The rest, they're just completely okay with going to the show, throw $20 in the plate, and if I do go to Wednesday night Bible study, I'm the best Christian in the church because I spent 2 days at the church. When in reality, there is no ministry. It is dead. It is literally dead. They're gathering and they put on a show, and that's it. I can't be a part of it. I can't. I'm a busy person. I have 5 children. Most of them, all of them now are in college or past college. I have a wife. I have pets. I have a job. I have things I have to do. I can't waste my time going to a show that, quite honestly, isn't really all that good. I can't waste my time doing that. And as a result, what we've seen biblically is there is a remnant of God that is always on this earth, that we see things differently than other people, and we desire to be about our Father's business, and we're being the hands and feet of God when nobody else is, even if it's in defiance of threats of violence. There's always been a remnant on this earth. Always have, always will be. And if for some reason there wasn't a remnant, the rocks would cry out the glory of the Lord. So we meet once a month as the Remnant in Centerview, Missouri. We also put it online. I traveled west for quite a while. I was going to travel east, honestly. As I pray about it, it just hasn't happened yet. But what I have been called is at Missouri, Centerview, Missouri. First Saturday of every month is what we've been starting with, trying to understand, well, what is it we're supposed to actually be doing? And we've been going through the book of Acts in that. So we meet. And then that way, several reasons. One, when a time of trouble comes or a time of tribulation comes, we aren't alone. We actually know like-minded people who are actively engaged in the war of the saints. We're not alone in that thing. We're not stuck, because most of the church, according to Jesus, even the elect will be deceived by the Antichrist, and they will be pointing at you and turning you in. Father will be turning in sons. Daughters will be turning in mothers. I mean, we can go on and on. So to sit there and trust your neighbors and trust those ones around you in that church is foolish, very foolish, especially if you're going to stand up for the things of Jesus Christ during a time of tribulation. So it's important we know each other. It's also important we take some time to meet, to find out what it is we should be doing to be the hands and feet of Jesus Christ. So far, we're feeding the hungry. We're visiting the prisoners and the sick. These are things that we're actively engaged in because we partnered with Standing in the Gap, with Lord's Traveling Table. So at 4 o'clock in Centerview, Missouri, at 401 Walnut, it's the old school, we are going to be feeding people. If you want to come a little early and help participate in preparing that or serving, you're very welcome to. And then we're going to meet. This isn't just where I give a sermon and you come and you throw $20 in the plate. Like, we're not even taking up any sort of collection. We are just simply trying to stand on the things of God. And the last thing we talked about the last meeting is, why isn't the church healing people? Why is it when the disciples went out, they healed people right and left? People were growing arms that were cut off. People that were lame from birth were standing. People that were dead were being raised from the dead to life. But yet we don't see that in the church in America. So we're going to claim that. And I'm also going to invite you to this. If you need healing, come to this first Saturday. We're going to be praying over anybody that needs healing. And we're going to stand in the power of the Lord Jesus Christ, confidently knowing that it will work. So first Saturday of January, we're going to meet at 4 o'clock at 401 South Walnut. That's this coming up Saturday. Hope to see you there. We'll probably be done around 6-ish kind of thing. And we always put it on the next day. We record everything. We put it in the next day. So that'll be there as well. So if you have any thoughts or insight on any of this, definitely put that below. Again, if you need healing, come to Centerview, Missouri this Saturday at 4 o'clock. And if you're hungry, come to Centerview, Missouri this Saturday at 4 o'clock. If you want to be the hands and feet of Jesus Christ and the remnant of Jesus Christ and meet like-minded people, come to the Remnant meeting this Saturday at 4 o'clock at 401 South Walnut, Centerview, Missouri.